yesterday we were talking about time to go back to school, all the things that kids need, you know, the supplies, the clothes. But don't forget the most important thing, immunizations. And joining us right now to talk about that from ProMedica is Dr. Elizabeth Ford. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
There's a lot to think about here, a lot of things that parents need to get done before the school year starts. And these immunizations should be at the top of that list. So go ahead and let's go down the list of what's the most important one to get and everything.
Sure. There's a lot of vaccinations out there. Generally, people think the kindergarten shots and the 7th grade shots, but kids can get them a little bit earlier. Usually it sticks in parents' minds, oh yeah, I need to get those right before school starts though.
Yeah.
So some of the immunizations that kids will need before kindergarten that are required by the Ohio Department of Health include measles, mumps, and rubella updates, chickenpox vaccine updates, polio, tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. Not all of those are separate shots, fortunately, for the kids.
But you don't want to wait to the very last minute, though, because
Sure.
it's tough to get in to see your healthcare provider these days.
Yeah, it can be a mad rush right at the end,
Right.
especially if kids need sports physicals for participation. Then we also have 7th grade shots. Those can also be given a little bit earlier than 7th grade if kids are younger, and that's an update in tetanus with pertussis. There are also other recommended shots. Those are just the required ones for schools. We do recommend meningitis shots and HPV shots as well. Then always the yearly flu shots are good to get too. So
Sounds like a sore arm.
I know. I hope the kids, aren't listening this morning. They're all sitting there thinking, no, I don't want to go to the doctor. But it is so important to get those. Also, let's talk a little bit about, first of all, what money-wise. Not everybody has health insurance. Which of these shots is the most expensive to get? I mean, I'm sure some parents are thinking, that's going to be really pricey, but they know their kids' health comes first. Which ones are the most expensive? Which ones are not as expensive?
well, as the medically recommending person, I don't necessarily deal with that end of things. If parents are having troubles with expenses for these shots, the Department of Health for Lucas County definitely does do a sliding scale, and a lot of the insurances will cover those required ones without a problem.
Are surrounding counties the same? Wood County?
They should be. I'm not as familiar with those ones,
Gotcha.
but they should be. Yeah, those are required for Ohio to start in those certain grades. So
Right.
Excellent. We can't thank you enough for coming on this morning. It's one of those things that I think a lot of people, everybody's so busy thinking about getting the supplies, and you got to remember the shots. It's very, very important.
Right. Your children's health's the most important thing.
Absolutely. Dr. Elizabeth Ford, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
thanks for having me.